tried to get fly with me. Yeah, he tried it.
Trying to get fly with you.
Who are you referring to, Jasmine? Who are you referring to?
Did it?
That's an interesting term.
He did.
Who are you referring to, Jasmine? Who are you referring to? They even made it laggy because you're retarded.
Also known as just being rude.
Who was getting
So
fly?
I'm not gonna say his name because nobody knows him.
Okay, Jasmine. Jasmine talks like she's in the middle of a closing argument, even when she's ordering lunch. She's a drama queen. You don't debate Jasmine. You survive. You don't trust me. With government experience, I can say you don't debate Jasmine. You decide if you want to punch her in the face or just be the bigger person. Let's continue listening to this.
And he wants to get known.
What did he say though? What did he say?
He basically was like,
nobody knows him and he wants to get known.
No,
Yeah, she won't say his name, and I know she ain't talking about me. If confidence were a sport, Jasmine would already have a gold medal, whether the judges agreed or not. She doesn't make a point, she files a full legal brief in it. She's one of the most retarded congresswomen I've ever had the pleasure of debating with. Jasmine, don't argue. Jasmine, don't argue. She cross-examines your whole existence. Talking to Jasmine feels like you accidentally walked into court without a lawyer, and she got so much energy, even her side comments come with an opening and closing statements. You try to interrupt her once, and you're suddenly being held in a verbal contempt. Jasmine doesn't raise her voice. Yes, she does. She upgrades it to surround sound. She could win an argument with Google mid-search. Even when she agrees with you, it sounds like you lost. She doesn't clap back. She drafts a whole appeal. You don't come with one click. She comes with a case law, exhibits, and a closing argument. Okay.
no one knows this guy. I promise you. No one would be like, oh, yeah. Like, no one knows him.
Does anybody, any of my viewers remember when I punched Jasmine Crockett in the... Surprisingly, I didn't get sued, I didn't get pressed charges against me, and I didn't have to go to jail. Anyway, Jasmine don't have a conversation. She conducts full investigations. You ask her what's up, and she responds like it's a Supreme Court hearing. She don't throw shade. She files it in supporting evidence. Every sentence she says sounds like it ends with your honor. You try to joke with her, and suddenly you're being cross-examined about your life choices. Jasmine got so much confidence, even her pauses feel like objects. And she don't lose arguments. She just schedules a rematch with more facts. Talking to her, it feels like you skipped preparation and brought a whole legal team. She don't argue for fun. She argues like there's a verdict at the end. You start a debate. She turns it into a closing statement with background music. I mean, really, who wants a congresswoman like this? Jasmine doesn't enter a conversation. She enters it like it's already her turn to speak. You think it's a discussion. She thinks it's a devotion or I'm not gonna say that. She got so many comebacks, even her comebacks got back up. Jasmine don't listen to respond. She listens to reload. You bring opinion, she bring cross-examinations and receipts. Arguing with her is like hitting reply all and instantly regretting it. She don't press a point, she presses charges. By the time you finish your sentence, she's already 3 rebuttals ahead. Jasmine got that. I already won this argument. Yesterday's energy. Even her side eye feels like it comes with legal consequences for her, not me. She don't shut people down. She adjourns the whole conversation. You notice she talks like the mic owes her money? Did you notice she talks like the mic owes her money? Jasmine don't argue. She delivers verdicts. You come with a fault, she responds like it's been overruled. You come with a fault, she responds like it's been overruled. She acts like every sentence is being recorded for official record. You try to keep it casual. She escalates it to a full court hearing. Jasmine doesn't interrupt. She just starts her next point louder and earlier. You think you made a good point. She's already drafting the appeal. She got wrapped it up. She heard enough energy 24/7. Even when she's agreeing, it sounds like she's correcting you. Jasmine don't talk small. Everything turns into a constructed argument. You ask her for her opinion. She gives you opening statements, exhibits, and a conclusion. She don't double down. She quadruple footnotes it. Talking to her feels like you missed a briefing, but still got called on. Jasmine Crockett has done some pretty retarded stuff. She's a Democrat. That's retarded enough. She tried to take me to the federal Supreme Court and tried to do that argument, and it didn't go so well for her. Jasmine don't raise points. She submits full arguments with citations. You think it's your turn to talk. She thinks you've already rested your case. She got so much presence, even silence from her feels like a judgment. You try to disagree, and suddenly you're explaining to yourself. You're explaining to yourself like you're on a trial. Jasmine don't retract. She responds like it's already predicted. Like she already predicted what you say. She talks like she's reading the transcript of a conversation that hasn't happened yet. You bring vibes, she brings structured arguments, you add bullet points. Even her jokes sound like they came from a conclusion section. Jasmine got, I heard this argument before, and it didn't end well. Well, you didn't even. She doesn't just correct you, she revises the whole conversation. You start off confident, by the end you're asking if your statement can be withdrawn. She speaks like the clock is running out for you. And as you know, Jimmy Kimmel roasted. No, he attempted to. He said Melania has, quote, the glow of an expected widow. Let me tell you something, Jimmy. Jimmy acts edgy, but his jokes comes with a network approval stamp. He roasts people for a living, but he's reading like he's checking the audience agrees first. Jimmy's monologue be like one bold joke, followed by 5 6 ones in one case. He talks like he's about to say something wild, then remembers he's on at 11:35. Jimmy don't cross the line. He walks up to it and waves and goes home. He's got I used to be funnier before commercials. Jimmy laughs at his own jokes like he's trying to convince the audience to join in. His punchlines feel like they went through 3 layers of editing and came out nervous. He's the only guy who can roast someone and still sound polite about it. Jimmy's humor be like spicy, but only mild spicy. You expect chaos, he delivers approval for broadcast. He sets up jokes like he's about to drop something legendary and then gently places it on the table. Jimmy Kimmel doesn't bomb. He slowly lands the plane every night. His jokes don't miss. They just choose not to risk it. Don't miss. He's got late night confidence with a daytime caution. Jimmy talks every joke like it has a backup plan. He don't roast, he lightly toast. Even his savage moments sound like they were run by HR. Jimmy's edge is like a butter knife. Technically, but no cutting much. You can tell Jimmy's funny. You can tell Jimmy's funny. He just keeps it in a cage. Jimmy delivers punchlines like he's waiting for approval mid-sentence. He sets up jokes like he's about to go viral, then they politely sit down. Jimmy got that this sounded better with the writer's room energy. He don't bomb. He just slightly underwhelms. His jokes feel like a signed contract to not offend anyone too much. Jimmy laughs before the audience does, just in case they don't. He acts like he's about to go off script and sticks to it anyway. You can tell Jimmy's funny. He just edits himself in real time. His delivery be like bold setup and a careful landing. Jimmy's edge comes with training wheels. He roasts people like he's still trying to keep them as factual guests. His monologue got more disclaimers than risk. Jimmy talks like every joke has to pass a background check. I could go harder. But let me keep my job vibe. He has a let me keep my job vibe. His savage level stays on airplane mode. Jimmy doesn't miss. He just aims very safely. He winds up like he's about to swing, then taps the ball. Even when he's right, it still sounds like he's double checking. Jimmy's jokes are like previews, never the full movie. Like thrillers or trailers. He don't cross lines, he schedules a meeting near them. I have a full list of Democrats. Joe Biden. Biden tells stories like they've got bonus chapters nobody asked for. Kamala Harris. Kamala can turn one answer into 3 explanations and circle it back. Pelosi looks calm, but you know she's already 10 moves ahead of everybody in the room. Chuck Schumer talks like every sentence is being practiced for a press. Alexander or Caso Cortez. Can somebody deport him already, because his nickname is AOC, and I'm assuming he's the Latin one. Can you just deport that Latin? Anyway, AOC doesn't argue. Oh no, that's a woman, I think. Yeah, that's a woman. You know, these Democrats are trans. It's hard to tell which one. She presents like she brought slides you can't see. Bernie Sanders. Bernie's been saying the same thing so long, even his echoes are tired. Gavin Newsom. Oh man, Newsom. Newsom looks like he walked straight out of his future president audition. Pete Buttigieg. These Democratic names are so hard to pronounce. Pete Buttigieg. Pete answers like he's trying to win a debate in a spelling bee at the same time. Elizabeth Warren. Oh no, not this one again. Elizabeth Warren comes with a plan so detailed it probably has a sequel. Cory Booker. Booker speaks like every sentence is trying to inspire a movie. Soundtrack. Okay. Pete Buttigieg. Pete answers questions like he's trying to win a debate, a trivia contest, and a job interview all at once. Jared Polis talks like he's already reading the prompt script in the summary and graded your reaction. Timmy Baldwin. Baldwin's style is so steady. Her strongest points arrive calmly and fully prepared. Christian Simonella. Smaka, what's her name again? Christian Cinema. I'm gonna just say Christian Cinema. Cinema moves so unpredictably, even a GPS would say recalculate. Even a GPS would say recalculating every 5 minutes. Okay, I got a fun game we're gonna play here. Why is that group chats have 12 people and only 3 actually talk, but somehow there are 86 unread messages. Online arguments last longer than some friendships, and nobody even remembers what started. Everybody says be yourself until yourself is a little too loud in public. Trying to leave a party takes longer than the party itself. There's always that one last conversation that multiplies. Or, if you want to... Hey, you don't bring drama, you bring the whole streaming series, you gay Democrats. You got confidence, I'll give you that. Evidence is still pending. You don't miss opportunities, you ignore them consistently. You got a lot to say for someone who never finishes a point. You don't need comeback. You don't need comeback, you need a new opening. Okay, last one, I swear. If you're... Putin poses shirtless like he's trying to distract from the fact nobody asked. He runs the election like a group chat, like a group project where he's done all the grading. Putin's version of competition is making sure there isn't any. He acts tough, but his biggest rival is basic disagreement. Putin doesn't debate, he edits the conversation. He's got that strong leader image, but it comes with an off switch for everyone else. Putin loves control so much, even his headlines feel pre-approved. He doesn't handle criticism. He just relocates it. Putin's idea of free speech is free to agree. He keeps a straight face like nothing surprises him except maybe opposition. Putin doesn't lose arguments. He removes them. He removes the other side. He's been in power so long, even his calendar gave up counting. Putin's leadership style is trust me or else. He treats democracy like a suggestion box that goes straight into the shredder. Putin doesn't chase approval, he manufactures it. Okay, two more. We're going to do Kim Jong-un and the now dead Ayatollah. Al-Khamenei led Iran for decades and died in 2026 during a major U.S.-Israel strike. Khamenei ran a system where feedback meant agreeing faster. He didn't hold power, he locked it and hit the key and called it stability. His version of reform is changing nothing but saying it louder. Khamenei doesn't debate critics. He made sure they weren't in the room. He treated disagreement like a technical glitch. There were needed to be removed. His leadership style was trust the system as long as he was the system. Elections under him felt less like choices and like confirmations. He didn't shape policy. He controlled the entire conversation around it. His idea of compromise was everyone else adjusting. He stayed in power so long, even rules stopped pretending to change. His speeches feel like conclusions. Hold on. His decisions. Oh, right. Okay, last one, Kim Jong-un. Okay, Kim Jong-un, and these were written in my mind. Okay. This is a short one. Kim Jong-un doesn't have advisors. He has an audience that nods on command. And, okay. Kim Jong-un doesn't get criticized. He gets uninterrupted agreement. His approval ratings are 100%, mainly because nobody's allowed to vote otherwise. He doesn't run a country. He runs yes or yes systems. Kim doesn't need debates. He already decided the winner. His idea of freedom is speech. His idea of freedom of speech is choosing how loudly you agree. Kim Jong-un is the biggest fear if it isn't failure. It's unscripted moments. He doesn't follow trends. He bans them. Kim Jong-un doesn't deal with opposition. He edits them out. He's the only leader where anonymous support sounds less impressive the longer you think about it. Kim Jong-un doesn't take feedback, he deletes it, just like he deletes you. His version of checks and balances is just more checks and no balances. Kim Jong-un doesn't have rivals, just people who haven't clapped yet.